Every generation of riders has a moment when technology meets emotion. When precision mechanics and human daring align to create something unforgettable. It is the kind of machine that lives not just in garages or museums, but in memory. A symbol of speed, rebellion, and craft. Today we revisit a machine that captured the raw essence of performance during a pivotal era in motorcycling history. It represented the razor edge between road and racetrack. It taught an entire generation what true responsiveness felt like. From its first ignition to the final echo of its exhaust, it became a legend built on balance, agility, and the thrill of two-stroke acceleration. This story traces how that legend was born, refined, and remembered. How a single model could define a decade and still command respect today. If you enjoy deep dives into iconic engineering and the stories that shaped their legacy, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment which machine we should explore next. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 marked a turning point for performance motorcycles. A moment when racing innovation met street-level accessibility. Built during the height of the two-stroke era, the TZR250 represented Yamaha's relentless pursuit of lightweight precision and pure mechanical response. In an age before electronics began to moderate every movement, this motorcycle gave riders an unfiltered connection between throttle, wheel, and asphalt. Its appeal was not simply in speed, but in the purity of its engineering. Every component served a purpose. The frame was an aluminum delta box design that mirrored Yamaha's racing machines, while the heart of the TZR250 was its 249 cubic centimeters parallel twin engine. Liquid-cooled, reed valve inducted, and tuned for an intoxicating power band. Riders quickly learned that the real magic happened above 7,000 RPM, where the YPVS power valve system came alive, transforming the bike from docile commuter to screaming racer. That split personality became its signature. Civil in the city, fierce on an open stretch. It was a balance that few rivals could match, and it defined the very character of the bike. The development story of the Yamaha TZR250 1989 begins years earlier with Yamaha's Grand Prix success in the 1980s. The company had already built a reputation for pushing two-stroke engineering beyond conventional limits, winning championships and innovating technologies that would soon filter into street models. The TZR line itself had launched in 1986, but the 1989 model was a complete evolution. Yamaha's engineers sought to refine weight distribution, aerodynamics, and durability without sacrificing the raw feedback that riders loved. The new delta box frame offered greater torsional rigidity and improved handling precision. It was crafted to mimic the racing machines of the day while still meeting the practical demands of public roads. Combined with upgraded suspension and braking components, the 1989 version achieved an agility that immediately caught the attention of enthusiasts and professionals alike. For the Yamaha TZR250 1989, design was not just about aesthetics. It was about function sculpted by necessity. The bodywork reflected aerodynamic efficiency and cooling optimization. Airflow channels guided heat away from the twin cylinders, while the sleek fairing reduced drag at higher speeds. Yamaha even tuned the ergonomics for racing posture. Narrow tank, high foot pegs, and low clip-ons placed the rider in an aggressive stance ideal for corner entry. Yet despite its performance focus, it remained surprisingly approachable for those transitioning from smaller displacement bikes. This accessibility became one of the TZR's key strengths. It delivered track-ready excitement without overwhelming the rider. For many, it served as a gateway into serious sport bike culture. The heart of the Yamaha TZR250 1989 was its engine, and it was here that Yamaha's mastery of two-stroke design truly shone. The 249 cubic centimeters twin was capable of producing around 45 horsepower, a remarkable figure for its weight class. At just over 280 pounds dry, the bike achieved an incredible power-to-weight ratio that rivaled larger machines. The YPVS system, or Yamaha Power Valve System, adjusted exhaust port timing to broaden the usable power range. This allowed smoother low-end performance and a ferocious top-end surge once the valve opened. Riders described the transition as a physical jolt, a sudden leap into a higher plane of acceleration. It demanded precision throttle control and an understanding of rev management, skills that rewarded those willing to learn its rhythm. Part of what made the Yamaha TZR250 1989 legendary among street racers and track day riders was its ability to communicate through its chassis. Feedback from the front end was immediate, every input translating directly into road response. The Delta Box frame worked in harmony with adjustable suspension, offering razor-sharp turn-in and stability through fast sweepers. Braking performance was equally confident, with dual front discs providing strong and predictable stopping power. The entire setup encouraged riders to push their limits while maintaining control. It created a sense of unity between machine and rider that few motorcycles before or since have matched. This connection built the foundation for its reputation as one of the most engaging rides of its era. Culturally, the Yamaha TZR250 arrived at a fascinating moment in motorcycle history. The late 1980s saw an explosion of interest in sport bikes, fueled by racing broadcasts and the rising popularity of performance culture. Riders craved machines that looked and felt like those on the Grand Prix circuits. Manufacturers competed fiercely to deliver the most race-oriented street bikes, and Yamaha's approach stood out for its precision and refinement. The TZR250 embodied the excitement of the racetrack while still maintaining the reliability and usability expected of a road machine. This dual identity helped it gain widespread respect. It was fast, yes, but also beautifully engineered and balanced. Despite its accessible nature, the Yamaha TZR250 1989 was not a beginner's motorcycle. The two-stroke engine required careful maintenance and understanding. Frequent gear changes, precise oil ratios, and attention to temperature management were all part of the ownership experience. Those who embraced these quirks were rewarded with a sense of mastery. Those who did not often found the machine unforgiving. Yet this demanding nature only enhanced its appeal to enthusiasts. Owning a TZR was as much about commitment as it was about passion. It was a bike that asked for skill, patience, and respect, and gave exhilaration in return. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 also reflected Yamaha's broader design philosophy of the era: balance between innovation and tradition. While the motorcycle introduced new materials and technologies, it maintained the mechanical purity that defined earlier models. There was no traction control, no ride-by-wire, and no electronic assists. Just raw mechanical connection. Every twist of the throttle, every clutch engagement, was felt directly through the rider's body. This unfiltered feedback became part of its charm. For many, it represented the last great moment before motorcycles became digitally mediated experiences. In Japan, the domestic market embraced the Yamaha TZR250 1989 enthusiastically. Young riders saw it as an attainable version of Yamaha's Grand Prix machines, and tuning culture quickly developed around it. Lightweight exhaust systems, carburetor modifications, and aesthetic customizations became common. The bike's compact dimensions made it ideal for narrow city streets and twisty mountain passes, where agility mattered more than outright speed. Internationally, it also attracted attention from enthusiasts who recognized its engineering sophistication. While not as widely exported as four-stroke competitors, it developed a dedicated following among collectors and riders who appreciated its uniqueness. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 continued to evolve in the hands of those who rode and tuned it. Its story deepened not only through factory design but through rider interpretation. What set this machine apart was how completely it translated a rider's intent into motion. Every shift of body weight, every roll of the throttle, registered instantly. It was a living, breathing instrument of balance. Riders learned quickly that to extract its full potential, they had to synchronize with its rhythm. Unlike modern machines that compensate for error with electronics, the TZR250 demanded anticipation and precision. In doing so, it built skill. It taught lessons that many riders carried forward into larger, more powerful motorcycles. At the heart of the Yamaha TZR250 1989 experience was control under tension. The bike's twin-cylinder two-stroke power delivery meant that the surge of performance arrived abruptly, but predictably for those who understood it. Below 6,000 RPM, it hummed quietly, offering steady drive through traffic or winding backroads. But once the YPVS valve engaged, the machine transformed into something far more intense. The narrow power band required active engagement, with riders timing gear changes to stay within the sweet spot. This process created a dialogue between human and machine, a shared momentum that felt alive. Many enthusiasts described the sensation as addictive, not because of sheer speed, but because of the precision it demanded. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 was engineered during a period when Yamaha's racing program heavily influenced its production philosophy. Lessons from the factory GP bikes filtered down through materials, geometry, and aerodynamics. The Deltabox frame that defined its silhouette was a direct descendant of the frames used on Yamaha's competitive race machines. It achieved remarkable stiffness while keeping weight minimal, giving the motorcycle exceptional stability in corners. Combined with its compact wheelbase, the frame made directional changes almost telepathic. The 1989 model's suspension refinements, new damping rates, revised fork internals, and adjustable rear preload allowed riders to fine-tune handling for different conditions. On tight circuits or open roads, the TZR's balance inspired confidence without dulling sensitivity. While the Yamaha TZR250 1989 prioritized agility, it did not neglect braking and traction. Dual front discs and a single rear caliper provided progressive stopping power. Yamaha's attention to weight distribution ensured that braking stability remained strong even during aggressive deceleration. The lightweight tires, often running soft compounds, offered exceptional grip for their time. It meant riders could carry more corner speed, leaning deeper with faith in the chassis. For many, the TZR represented the ideal compromise. Light enough to feel like an extension of the rider, yet stable enough to handle the stress of spirited riding. In an era before electronic aids, this mechanical balance was a hallmark of Yamaha engineering. Culturally, the Yamaha TZR250 1989 resonated beyond its technical merits. Across Japan and Europe, it became a symbol of youthful independence and skill. Riders who grew up watching two-stroke racing heroes sought to recreate that thrill on public roads and sanctioned circuits. The TZR allowed them to experience genuine performance without requiring professional-level resources. Its size made it unintimidating. Its performance made it aspirational. In the United States, though less common, gray market imports brought the legend to a smaller but passionate audience. Collectors and enthusiasts valued its uniqueness. A machine that looked and sounded unlike anything else available locally. Even among those who never rode one, its reputation spread through magazines, racing footage, and word of mouth. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 also influenced a new generation of engineering approaches. Its success encouraged further exploration of lightweight materials and refined frame geometries. Yamaha's use of aluminum construction demonstrated how rigidity and low mass could coexist without compromise. Later sport bikes, even four-stroke ones, borrowed heavily from the Deltabox concept. The motorcycle industry began to view chassis dynamics as equally important as engine performance, a philosophy that continues today. The TZR's blend of responsiveness and predictability shaped the expectations of both riders and designers. It proved that smaller displacement machines could deliver thrills usually reserved for higher classes. Another defining trait of the Yamaha TZR250 1989 was its sound and sensation. The high-pitched exhaust note, the pulse of the twin engine, and the light vibration through the bars all created a sensory connection unlike modern motorcycles. It was mechanical music, a harmony of moving parts that expressed performance through tone and feel. For many owners, that sensory experience became as valuable as raw numbers on a spec sheet. The simplicity of the two-stroke design also made it an accessible platform for maintenance and modification. Riders often experimented with jetting, exhaust tuning, and port timing to extract small gains. These modifications deepened the bond between owner and machine, turning each TZR into a personalized expression of performance. Performance data from period tests highlight just how advanced the Yamaha TZR250 1989 was. With a top speed approaching 120 miles per hour and acceleration that rivaled larger four-stroke bikes, it held its own against machines with more displacement. Its low weight meant it could out-corner almost anything on tight roads. Fuel economy was not its strong suit, but that was never the point. This was a motorcycle designed to deliver excitement efficiently, not to conserve resources. The TZR was at its best in the hands of a confident rider willing to exploit its narrow but potent performance window. In that setting, it offered one of the most engaging experiences ever built on two wheels. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 also carried a certain aesthetic that perfectly matched its performance ethos. Sharp lines, aerodynamic bodywork, and color schemes that mirrored Yamaha's racing identity gave it instant visual credibility. Every angle suggested speed, even at rest. The proportions were compact but purposeful, emphasizing function over flash. That authenticity appealed to purists who valued engineering over marketing. Even today, restored examples retain a timeless appeal, standing as reminders of an era when form followed function in the purest sense. The 1989 TZR remains one of those rare machines that look fast standing still because every curve and contour was designed for performance. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 entered its most fascinating chapter as the two-stroke era approached its twilight. By the early 1990s, environmental and noise regulations tightened globally, forcing manufacturers to shift toward cleaner four-stroke engines. Yet for enthusiasts, this change only elevated the reputation of machines like the TZR. Riders viewed it as the last expression of an uncompromised performance philosophy. Lightweight, aggressive, and pure. It represented an age when mechanical skill, not electronic mediation, defined mastery. As four-strokes grew heavier and more complex, the simplicity of the TZR250's two-stroke heart became an emblem of authenticity. Those who rode it understood that it was more than a vehicle. It was a moment in time. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 also found new life in track communities that valued its precision handling and tactile feedback. Even years after production ended, owners continued to race and restore them. The availability of aftermarket parts kept the bikes competitive in vintage and lightweight classes. Riders appreciated how forgiving the chassis remained, even under modern tires and suspension upgrades. The Delta Box frame, a masterpiece of rigidity and weight distribution, aged gracefully. It reminded many that great engineering transcends eras. Every restoration was a tribute to Yamaha's design discipline, and each rebuilt engine carried echoes of the brand's Grand Prix heritage. For a generation raised on digital refinement, the TZR offered something analog and visceral. From a historical perspective, the Yamaha TZR250 1989 marked the culmination of a developmental philosophy stretching back decades. Yamaha's two-stroke lineage had evolved through racing experimentation, from air-cooled singles to liquid-cooled twins with exhaust valve systems. By 1989, the formula reached near perfection. The TZR250 balanced power, agility, and reliability with rare harmony. While rivals experimented with exotic configurations, Yamaha refined the fundamentals. The result was a machine that delivered predictable yet exhilarating performance. It was quick enough to challenge larger bikes but light enough to feel playful. That equilibrium between aggression and control became the TZR's defining legacy. What keeps the Yamaha TZR250 1989 so beloved today is how it captures the sensory essence of riding. Twist the throttle, and there is no delay. Just immediate energy translated through vibration, sound, and motion. The smell of two-stroke oil, the crisp throttle response, the urgency of the revs, all combine into an experience that engages every sense. Modern machines may outperform it in statistics, but few match its emotional depth. Each ride feels like a dialogue with history, a reminder of what motorcycling once was. A test of coordination and courage balanced on two wheels. Enthusiasts continue to seek that feeling, restoring and preserving TZRs as functional artifacts of passion. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 also occupies an educational role in motorcycle culture. For newer riders who have only known four-strokes with advanced electronics, it offers perspective. It demonstrates how performance once depended entirely on mechanical understanding and rider skill. To keep a TZR in top form requires attention to details often overlooked today. Proper oiling, precise carburation, and sensitivity to temperature. The reward is a machine that responds exactly as it should, teaching the fundamentals of throttle control and balance. Motorcycle schools and private collectors often use well-maintained TZRs to showcase these lost lessons, emphasizing how craftsmanship and comprehension once defined motorcycling mastery. On the collector market, the Yamaha TZR250 1989 has become increasingly valuable. Pristine examples command attention not only for their rarity but for what they symbolize. Enthusiasts prize originality. Factory paint schemes, unmodified engines, and intact fairings, because they reflect the design intent of the late 1980s. Others seek modified versions tuned for performance, celebrating the culture of personalization that surrounded the bike in its heyday. Restoration projects are often approached with reverence, balancing historical accuracy with modern reliability. Each rebuild represents a conversation between past and present, where respect for Yamaha's original craftsmanship meets contemporary passion. In a world of digital displays and ride modes, the mechanical simplicity of the TZR stands out like art in motion. Technically, the Yamaha TZR250 1989 remains impressive even by modern standards. Its power-to-weight ratio rivals that of newer middleweight motorcycles, and its chassis geometry still informs design philosophies. Engineers studying legacy platforms often cite the TZR for its intuitive ergonomics and ideal weight centralization. The Deltabox frame's influence continues to appear in Yamaha's lineup decades later, proof of the timelessness of its design. Even the YPVS power valve concept inspired later engine technologies, influencing how manufacturers approached variable exhaust tuning. The TZR was not just a product of its time. It was a blueprint for the balance between power, control, and feel that defines great sport bikes. The cultural memory surrounding the Yamaha TZR250 1989 endures because it represents freedom without filtration. In the minds of enthusiasts, it symbolizes the moment when motorcycles were purely mechanical expressions of human will. There were no sensors to correct mistakes, no algorithms to interpret input, only a direct connection between rider and machine. That rawness defines its mystique. Many who owned one describe it as a formative experience that shaped their entire approach to riding. Even those who never rode the TZR understand its place in history through the reverence shown by those who did. It became an icon not only of speed but of skill, a machine that measured character as much as capability. In its later years, the Yamaha TZR250 1989 achieved cult status within the restoration and collector communities. Online forums, events, and meetups dedicated to two-stroke heritage often feature the TZR as a centerpiece. Riders exchange stories, technical advice, and parts in an ongoing effort to keep these machines alive. Each preserved example is a piece of living history, evidence of a period when motorcycle design prioritized simplicity and purity over complexity. The continuing enthusiasm surrounding the model proves that its spirit never faded. For many, it remains the ultimate expression of Yamaha's two-stroke legacy, the moment where engineering precision met emotional resonance with flawless balance. Ultimately, the Yamaha TZR250 1989 represents more than just a high-performance motorcycle. It encapsulates an era defined by innovation and passion. It teaches that great design is not solely about numbers or technology, but about the relationship between human and machine. Its influence can still be felt in modern sport bikes that strive to recreate its responsiveness and agility through advanced materials and design. Yet none quite replicate the feeling of the original. The TZR remains a reminder that progress often carries trade-offs, that in pursuit of refinement, something essential can be lost. Its enduring legend stands as a tribute to the time when speed, simplicity, and skill defined the purest form of motorcycling joy. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 endures as a landmark in motorcycle history, not simply because of its specifications but because of its character. It captured the soul of an era when engineering precision and human instinct worked as one. Every aspect of its design reflected intent. Every component served the purpose of delivering the clearest possible connection between rider and road. Today, when modern motorcycles feature layers of assistance and digital control, the TZR stands as a reminder of what raw craftsmanship feels like. It distilled performance to its essence, and that purity continues to inspire admiration across generations. For those who have never ridden the Yamaha TZR250 1989, it can be difficult to imagine how immediate and involving it felt. Twist the throttle and it responded without hesitation. Shift your weight and the chassis reacted instantly. The machine did not hide its personality. It rewarded finesse, punished overconfidence, and trained its riders to respect momentum. That honesty built a loyal following. Enthusiasts remember it as the motorcycle that made them better, one that demanded commitment but returned unmatched satisfaction. Its legacy is not only mechanical but emotional. It represents the intimate bond that defines true motorcycling. In retrospect, the Yamaha TZR250 1989 marked both a pinnacle and a conclusion. The rise of four-stroke efficiency and tightening emissions standards meant that two strokes would soon fade from mainstream production. Yet even as the industry evolved, the TZR's influence persisted. Its delta-box frame philosophy shaped Yamaha's sport bike lineage for decades, from mid-range models to full superbikes. The YPVS system inspired later innovations in exhaust tuning and engine efficiency. More importantly, the philosophy behind it, lightweight design, rider engagement, and mechanical purity, remains relevant in today's performance discussions. The TZR was not just another motorcycle. It was a benchmark that defined balance and control. Collectors and restorers treat the Yamaha TZR250 1989 with reverence because it represents the last great expression of unfiltered performance. When properly maintained, it still delivers an experience that feels alive and timeless. The sound, the rhythm, the precision, all combine into something that transcends numbers and specifications. It has become more than nostalgia. It is a living example of Yamaha's engineering artistry. Each preserved TZR carries the history of its riders and the spirit of the era that created it. Even parked, it communicates purpose. It is a reminder that design excellence is not measured only in advancement but in emotion. The Yamaha TZR250 1989 remains a lesson in how passion and precision can coexist. It proved that true innovation lies not just in adding features, but in refining fundamentals until nothing feels superfluous. Every time a restored model fires to life, it connects the past with the present. It bridges generations of riders who share the same love for responsiveness, balance, and control. The machine stands as an enduring chapter in Yamaha's story and in the history of motorcycling itself. For anyone who values authenticity in motion, the TZR is not merely a relic. It is proof that perfection once came in a 249 cubic centimeters package of speed, simplicity, and soul.